Thank you for having me on this morning. This is actually great. After watching the debate last night, I think the big question for me going into the debate was looking at Harris. I think last night being her first presidential debate, as they mentioned at the beginning, this was Trump's 7th. Obviously, this is his 3rd time running, so not unusual territory for him. So I feel like the test really fell on her shoulders. Especially since, at least amongst a lot of voters, are still not fully up to speed with who she is, what she stands for. I mean, they recognize her, but not necessarily where she is on position. So I feel like she passed the test, if we can put it that way, was very successful in the debate last night in laying out her position on issues, in speaking to the plans of what she will do if elected, as well as I feel like as far as an introduction for voters go, it was really good. She looked and sounded very presidential on the stage. And the other key for me, I feel, with Harris, who I would say won the debate, if we can put it in those terms, is that she seemed to really put Trump on the defensive. And that was a big question in my mind going in. Trump, we know, will be Trump, and he was. He's got that bombastic speaking style. He says a lot in a very short period of time. And so the question was whether or not Harris would spend her time responding to him, or if she would make her case, which I feel like she did. And I think that came across as very successful.
And this presidential race is shaping up to be historic in so many different ways. All eyes were really on Kamala Harris. So many people wanted to hear from her. How did this debate look different from debates in the past?
Yeah, in political science, let me say, presidency scholars often joke that presidential debates generally don't have much of an impact. There's always an impact from them, but we tend to, over the past number of decades, look at them as ripples. A lot of that changed in June when the Biden-Trump debate happened. It was something that at least we haven't seen in our modern politics. And over the next almost month, as Biden began to move out and then finally announced that he was leaving July 21st, we're looking now at that debates like last night or the one that happened in June can actually have a big impact. It was clear for a lot of voters, and especially a lot of Democrats, that they were not happy with Biden. So the party, which again was something we in political science really didn't think a party was capable of doing, of pushing the incumbent president out of re-election, but then coalescing around the vice president. And so moving into last night, I feel that Harris really, this was her time to shine, and she didn't disappoint in that sense.
All right, so Kevin, as we wait for maybe the effects of this debate, we saw the Siena Research Institute poll showed a very tight race going into this. Taylor Swift endorses one of these candidates.
Huge.
How big of a deal is it from a celebrity side of things? Have we seen a celebrity swing a presidential vote in the past?
So as far as I'm aware, a celebrity endorsement has not swung a presidential election.
Could this one?
You know, honestly, it's very possible. There was a poll done last summer that asked American voters if they would change their the candidate they were supporting based on Taylor Swift's endorsement, and about a third of voters in that poll said they would. Now, you know, those are kind of fun. So now we get to see the rubber meet the road on this. And Taylor Swift is a huge star with a massive audience. And so I would say, especially among young voters and potentially undecided voters, that could have a big impact. Celebrity endorsements do matter. We know this. And the more endorsements candidates try to rack up, the better off it seems that they are, because for a lot of people who may not be paying attention to politics, but they'll see that Taylor Swift endorsed her, and that might get them focusing more on Harris than they might have before.
Kevin Barron, Siena College political science professor, thank you so much for your insights on last night's presidential debate.